Well, hey there, it's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com. We're going to use the new Love Connection dies in this video. You can see I've already die cut, and I have not clipped these apart yet. They come connected together from the manufacturer. If you want to clip them apart, you can. Just use some little jewelry clippers and clip those apart. When you have them not clipped apart, then you die cut the whole thing, and look what happens. You have a ring of hearts and then a ring with like zigzaggy edge. So it's like a double duty. If you do clip them apart, you can still stack them and die cut them at the same time, one inside the other, and get the same effect. I will probably clip mine apart as I need, as I need them as I go on and make projects, and when I have a project that I need just that big. Anyway, I'm sure you're going to see videos from me where I just use them alone and not connected. All right, so I am going to take the heart rings and I am going to color them in a rainbow fashion. So I'm starting with Be Mine, which is our fabulous pink, and I'm using my ink blending tool, and I'm being careful just to kind of do a small section at a time, and I get this really gorgeous shaded look when I do that. Next up is Coral Cabana, so I'm just rubbing my ink blending tool onto the ink pad and then gently rubbing it onto the ring of hearts, and I just love the shaded look that you get. You could do this in different ways. You could shade a whole piece of cardstock and then cut. You could do direct to paper on a piece of cardstock and then cut. I like the soft sponged look that you get when you do it this way. So next up, then we're going to use Limoncello. And then on the limoncello, you're also seeing me go back in, just kind of sponging the edges just to give a little bit more dimension. So Mardi Gras, and then all that jazz, and then that last little piece, that little heart that goes inside the center, we're going to do Flirty Fuchsia. So the piece of cardstock that I cut through originally, I saved it, and I'm just adding some liquid glue around the whole outside, and then I have a piece of acetate that I just cut into a square, and I'm adhering that to the front. Then I'm going to take my outside circle ring, my Be Mine, and I'm just going to nest it right inside. This is called inlaid die cutting, actually, where you die cut and then you lay your pieces back in. So next up, I want to put the Coral Cabana ring. So I'm just going to add that white, the strip that goes between the two, and that will help me position the Coral Cabana heart ring in the correct way. I actually kind of like that white laid in there, and so that's another idea for another card. If you didn't do a shaker card and you just wanted to do the color and then the white, or just different colors varied and just inlaying them all together, that would look really, really nice. So now I'm adding in the limoncello layer, and I'm going to pull that white ring out, and I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm going to see how I like that. So I'm taking my 3M mounting tape and I'm just cutting it in thirds. And then I'm going to take the backing off and just kind of wrap it around the whole outside of my image. And this will create a barrier for when I add in those sequins. And then I'm going to add dimensional adhesive to the rest of my card so that it all lays flat when I add the backing on. And then I'm going to add in some Bourbon Street sequins. So I'm just going to pour some in inside where that adhesive kind of bumper is. I'm going to spread them out so they're just kind of a one layer, so they're not too bulky and not too tall, because I don't want them to be taller than what the adhesive is, if that makes sense, because then the card will be like bulky in the middle and not on the edges, and it would be weird. So you want to make sure it's kind of one layer there, and shake, shake, shake. Isn't that so cute? And then I'm kind of just deciding if I want to add in those other heart rings, and I think I'm gonna. So a little bit of liquid glue on that Mardi Gras one, on the All That Jazz one, and I'll just lay them right inside. And of course, I got to get that Grape Crush heart in the center. And then we need a sentiment. So I'm grabbing the Note of Thanks stamp set. I think this is a really great staple thank you set that everyone should have in their stash. Has many different ways to say thank you, and it has different fonts and different styles, and so it's going to hit just about every reason and person that you want to say thank you to. So I'm stamping Versamark onto black and then doing white embossing powder over the top. I'm going to heat it, and then I ended up trimming it a little, and then we'll add it on in a second. But before I do that, I wanted to grab my Doodle Hearts stamp set. I'm going to line it up with my Misty. I'm going to die cut and stamp a few of them at a time, and then I'll have them so I can decide which one I want to use on the card. So there, I stamped them, and then I die cut them, and I'm adding the thanks, and then I'm going to add the hearts, and which one am I going to use? I decided that one with the little flowers in the middle was just the right kind of style for me, and I adhered those together, put a little dimensional adhesive on the back of that thanks, glued it right to that shaker card, and now it's ready to send in the mail to somebody that I want to say thank you to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for hanging out with me. Leave a comment in the section below and let me know how you're inspired by this card and what bits and pieces you'll take from it to incorporate into your card making. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and come back soon. Have an awesome day.